Your breakfast yogurt has more sugar than a glazed donut. That healthy parfait you're eating. It contains more additives than ice cream and enough sugar to spike your blood glucose into the danger zone. I've spent weeks analyzing America's most popular yogurt brands, testing them in labs, and comparing their ingredient lists to actual desserts. What I discovered will make you put down that spoon immediately. Some of these yogurts contain over 30 grams of sugar per serving. That's more than a Snickers bar. In the next 20 minutes, I'm going to reveal exactly which 8 yogurt brands are masquerading as health food while delivering diabetes in a cup. The ones using the cheapest ingredients, the most deceptive marketing, and enough sugar to be classified as candy. By the end, you'll know exactly which yogurts to avoid and what you should be eating instead. Number 8. Dannon Light and Fit Greek Vanilla. Let's start with one that tricks millions of Americans every single day. Dannon Light and Fit Greek. The brand that promises guilt-free indulgence. The yogurt that fitness influencers promote. The one with only 80 calories plastered across the front. Here's what they don't tell you. Dannon Light and Fit is sweetened with sucralose and acetylsulfame potassium. These are artificial sweeteners that your body processes as foreign chemicals, not food. Research from Rutgers University found that sucralose consumption is associated with increased inflammatory bowel disease. The artificial sweetener damages the gut lining and disrupts the delicate bacterial balance that protects your intestinal health. But the artificial sweeteners aren't even the worst part. Look at the ingredient list. Non-fat milk, water, modified cornstarch, chicory root fiber contains less than 1% of natural flavors. Sucralose, acetylsulfame potassium, citric acid, sodium citrate, malic acid, vitamin D3, gelatin. Count those ingredients. 12. For vanilla yogurt, real Greek. Yogurt needs 2 ingredients, milk and live cultures. Dannon uses 12, including multiple acids, thickeners, and synthetic additives. The modified cornstarch creates artificial thickness. Real Greek yogurt gets its texture from straining, which concentrates the protein. Dannon skips this expensive process and adds cornstarch instead. You're getting fake texture from modified grain starch, not real protein concentration. The chicory root fiber is added to boost fiber content on the nutrition label. It sounds healthy until you realize it causes severe digestive distress in many people. Chicory root contains inulin, which ferments rapidly in the gut, causing bloating, gas, and diarrhea. The natural flavors hide a multitude of synthetic compounds. Natural flavor can legally include dozens of laboratory-created chemicals as long as they're derived from natural sources through extensive processing. Your vanilla flavor comes from a factory, not a vanilla bean. Number 7. Yoplait. Original strawberry. Yoplait Original is America's favorite yogurt, the one in every grocery store, the brand that defined yogurt for generations of Americans. It's also one of the worst yogurts you can buy. The strawberries aren't real strawberries. Look at the ingredient list. Cultured grade A low-fat milk, sugar, strawberries, modified cornstarch, high fructose corn syrup, non-fat milk, kosher gelatin, citric acid, tricalcium phosphate, natural flavor, pectin, colored with carmine, vitamin A acetate, vitamin D3. The strawberries are the 3rd ingredient after sugar. There's more added sugar than fruit. The strawberry flavor comes primarily from natural flavor, which means synthetic compounds created to taste like strawberries. The modified cornstarch appears again. Yoplait uses this to create a thick texture without actually concentrating the milk. You're getting cornstarch filling instead of milk protein. The high fructose corn syrup is particularly concerning. This isn't just sugar, it's a heavily processed sweetener made by treating cornstarch with enzymes to convert glucose into fructose. High fructose corn syrup is metabolized differently than regular sugar, bypassing normal satiety signals and promoting fat accumulation in the liver. Carmine is a red dye made from crushed cochineal insects. While technically natural, it's used because the actual strawberry content is too low to provide adequate color. Your strawberry yogurt is pink from bug dye, not berries. The protein content is only 5 grams per serving. That's pathetically low for yogurt. Regular yogurt should have 8 to 10 grams. Greek yogurt should have 15 to 20 grams. Yoplait has 5 because they're not using enough milk. They're bulking it with sugar, corn syrup, and modified starch. The ingredient list is even more disturbing when you realize what's not there. No live active cultures listed. Federal standards require yogurt to contain Lactobacillus bulgaricus and Streptococcus thermophilus, but Yoplait doesn't list these. The yogurt is likely heat treated after culturing to extend shelf life, killing the beneficial bacteria that make yogurt healthy. What makes Yoplait Original particularly deceptive is the wholesome marketing. The commercials show happy families eating yogurt for breakfast, kids thriving, and mothers making healthy choices. The reality is, you're feeding your children dessert while thinking it's nutritious food. Number 6. Chobani Flip Almond Coco Loco. Chobani positioned itself as the premium Greek yogurt brand. They revolutionized the American yogurt market with thick, protein-rich yogurt. Then they created the Flip line and destroyed their credibility. Chobani Flip Almond Coco Loco contains 20 grams of sugar per 5.3 ounce serving. 20 grams in a yogurt marketed as a healthy snack. That's more sugar than 2 Krispy Kreme glazed donuts. Here's what they don't tell you. Most of that sugar comes from the mix-ins, which are essentially candy. The Almond Coco Loco Flip contains chocolate pieces and coconut. These aren't healthy additions, they're sugar-coated confections designed to make yogurt taste like dessert. Look at the ingredient list for the mix-ins. Semi-sweet chocolate chips, sugar, chocolate, cocoa butter, milk fat, soy lecithin, natural flavor, toasted coconut, coconut, sugar, water, salt, roasted almonds. The first ingredient in the chocolate chips is sugar. The second ingredient in the coconut is sugar. You're mixing candy into yogurt and calling it breakfast. The yogurt base itself is fine. Chobani uses cultured low-fat milk, which is how Greek yogurt should start. But they've paired it with 4 grams of added sugar and toppings that transform it from healthy food into dessert. A nutritionist explained, the Chobani Flip line is genius marketing but terrible nutrition. They've taken legitimate Greek yogurt and added candy to it, then positioned it as a fun, indulgent treat that's still somehow healthy. It's not. It's a sugar bomb that happens to contain some protein. The protein content is 12 grams per serving. That's decent for regular yogurt, but low for Greek yogurt. Chobani's plain Greek yogurt has 17 to 18 grams per serving. The Flip line uses less yogurt and more mix-ins to keep costs down while charging premium prices. Number 5. Activia Strawberry Probiotic Yogurt. Activia markets itself as a digestive health yogurt, the one with special probiotics. The brand Jamie Lee Curtis promoted regularity. It's heavily advertised as a functional food that improves gut health. The sugar content is 17 grams per 4 ounce serving, 17 grams in 4 ounces. If you scale that to a standard 6 ounce serving, you're consuming 25.5 grams of sugar. That's more than a Milky Way candy bar. A gastroenterologist told me the Activia marketing about digestive health is contradicted by the sugar content. Yes, they add Bifidobacterium lactis, which can be beneficial, but 17 grams of sugar per serving creates an environment where harmful bacteria thrive. You're not improving digestive health, you're feeding candida and pathogenic bacteria while getting a temporary probiotic boost that can't establish in a high sugar gut environment. The ingredient list reveals more problems. Cultured grade A, reduced fat milk, sugar, water, fructose, modified food starch, less than 1% of modified cornstarch, strawberries, kosher gelatin, agar, lactic acid, calcium lactate, vitamin D3, sodium citrate, natural flavor, acacia gum colored with carmine and annatto extract. The fructose is added on top of the sugar. Fructose is metabolized directly by the liver and doesn't trigger normal satiety hormones. Adding fructose to an already high sugar yogurt makes it even more metabolically problematic. The modified food starch and modified cornstarch both appear in the ingredients. Activia is using 2 different types of modified starch to create thickness and mouthfeel. This reduces the amount of actual milk needed, cutting costs while maintaining a creamy texture. The strawberries are far down the ingredient list after sugar, water, fructose, and multiple starches. There's more modified starch than fruit. The strawberry flavor comes primarily from natural flavor, meaning laboratory-created compounds. The protein content is 5 grams per 4 ounce serving. That's only 7.5 grams per 6 ounces, which is lower than what regular yogurt should contain. Activia uses less milk and more fillers, reducing protein while increasing sugar. The price is around $5.50 for a 12-pack. That's 46 cents per 4-ounce cup. Seems cheap until you realize you're getting less product with more sugar and minimal actual fruit or protein. If what you've heard so far has shocked you, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We're about to reveal the absolute worst offender, and I guarantee it's gonna make you rethink everything you know about yogurt. Number 4, Danimals Strawberry Explosion Smoothie. Danimals is marketed to children. The packaging shows happy kids, cartoon characters, and fun flavors. Parents buy it thinking they're giving their children healthy, calcium-rich food. They're actually giving them liquid candy. A pediatric endocrinologist told me Danimals is contributing to childhood obesity and early onset type 2 diabetes. Giving children this much sugar in a drinkable form trains their palates to expect extreme sweetness. The liquid delivery means rapid glucose absorption and insulin spikes. This is one of the worst products marketed as healthy food for children. The ingredient list is disturbing. Cultured grade A low-fat milk, sugar, water, contains less than 1% of modified cornstarch, milk minerals, natural flavors, fruit and vegetable juice, for color, lemon juice concentrate, vitamin D3, sorbic acid, to maintain freshness. The sugar is the second ingredient. There's more added sugar than anything except milk. The strawberry explosion flavor comes not from strawberries, but from natural flavors and fruit and vegetable juice for color. There are no actual strawberries in strawberry explosion yogurt. The modified cornstarch creates thickness in a drinkable product. This allows Dannon to use less milk while maintaining a creamy mouthfeel. Your children are drinking sugar-sweetened cornstarch suspension, not milk. The milk minerals are calcium added back after processing removes it. Real yogurt retains natural calcium from milk. Danimals processes the yogurt so heavily that they need to fortify it with synthetic minerals. Sorbic acid is a preservative that extends shelf life. This allows Danimals to sit in warehouses and on shelves for months. Real yogurt with live cultures and minimal processing should be consumed within weeks of production. The protein content is 5 grams per 3.1 ounce serving. That's only 9.7 grams per 6 ounces. Children need protein for growth and development. Danimals provide minimal protein while delivering massive sugar. Number 3, Yoplait Whips, chocolate mousse style. And here we reach a yogurt that doesn't even pretend anymore. Yoplait Whips, chocolate mousse style. The exclamation point is part of the product name, as if enthusiasm makes it healthy. The sugar content is 18 grams per 4-ounce serving. If you scale that to 6 ounces, you're consuming 27 grams of sugar. That's more than a Hostess cupcake. Here's what they don't tell you. This isn't yogurt whipped with air to create a mousse texture. This is yogurt pumped full of modified starches, gums, and gelatin to create artificial fluffiness while reducing actual dairy content. The ingredient list is a laboratory experiment. Cultured grade A, low-fat milk, water, sugar, modified cornstarch, cocoa processed with alkali, cornstarch, kosher gelatin, less than 1% of natural flavor. Agar, locust bean gum, colored with annatto extract, vitamin A acetate, and vitamin D3. Let's break down what you're actually eating. The water is the second ingredient. Yoplait is watering down the milk to reduce costs. The modified cornstarch and cornstarch both appear, meaning they're using massive amounts of grain-based thickeners to compensate for the diluted dairy. The cocoa is processed with alkali, also called Dutch processing. This darkens the color and mellows the flavor, but it also destroys most of the beneficial flavonoids in cocoa. You're getting chocolate color and flavor without chocolate's antioxidant benefits. The gelatin, agar, and locust bean gum are all thickeners and stabilizers. Real mousse gets its texture from whipped cream or egg whites. Yoplait Whips creates a fake mousse texture using 3 different gelling agents. You're eating engineered texture, not real food. The protein content is 4 grams per 4-ounce serving. 4 grams. That's only 6 grams per 6 ounces. This is lower in protein than most regular yogurts, let alone what yogurt should contain. Yoplait has removed so much actual dairy that the protein is negligible. The whipped texture is literally air pumped into diluted yogurt with stabilizers. You're paying for air. The 4-ounce cup contains maybe 2 ounces of actual product before whipping. The rest is air bubbles held together by gums and gelatin. The price is around $4.50 for a 6-pack. That's 75 cents per 4-ounce serving. You're paying 75 cents for 2 ounces of watered down, sugar-loaded yogurt that's been inflated with air and stabilized with gums. What's particularly offensive is the mousse style descriptor. Real chocolate mousse is made with cream, chocolate, eggs, and sugar. It's understood to be a dessert. Yoplait Whips tries to capture that indulgent positioning while hiding in the yogurt aisle as if it's somehow healthy. Number 2. Yoplait Trick Strawberry Banana Bash. The second worst yogurt in America is Yoplait Trix, the yogurt marketed directly to children using a cartoon rabbit. This is Yoplait's answer to parents who won't buy actual Trix cereal because it's obviously candy, so they created yogurt that's even worse. The sugar content is 21 grams per 4-ounce serving. 21 grams. Scale that to 6 ounces and you're at 31.5 grams of sugar. That's more sugar than a Butterfinger candy bar. The ingredient list is a chemical nightmare. Cultured grade A, low-fat milk, sugar, water, modified cornstarch, strawberries. Contains less than 1% of kosher gelatin, natural flavor, citric acid, tricalcium phosphate, colored with carmine, carrot, and radish juice concentrate, sodium citrate, malic acid, vitamin A acetate, vitamin D3. The sugar is the second ingredient, present in larger quantities than anything except milk. The strawberries are fourth, after modified corn starch. There's more thickening starch than actual fruit. A pediatric nutritionist told me, Yoplait Trix is child abuse in a cup. I don't use that term lightly. Giving children 21 grams of sugar and 4 ounces of yogurt while marketing it as nutritious dairy is unconscionable. This product is specifically designed to hook children on extreme sweetness while exploiting parental trust in yogurt as healthy food. The artificial colors are particularly concerning. Yoplait uses carmine, crushed insects, and vegetable juice concentrates to create bright colors that appeal to children. The colors serve no nutritional purpose. They exist solely to make the product visually appealing to kids who associate bright colors with fun and excitement. The modified cornstarch reduces the amount of actual milk needed while creating a texture that seems creamy and substantial. Children are eating cornstarch suspension with sugar and milk, not real yogurt. The protein content is 5 grams per 4-ounce serving. That's 7.5 grams per 6 ounces, which is inadequate for growing children. Real yogurt should provide 8 to 10 grams per 6 ounces minimum. Yoplait Trix provides less protein than regular yogurt while delivering nearly triple the sugar. The marketing is explicitly targeted at children. The Trix rabbit appears on every package. The flavors have fun names like Strawberry Banana Bash and Cotton Candy. The commercials air during children's programming. Yoplait knows exactly what they're doing, creating lifelong customers by addicting children to sugar while parents think they're making healthy choices. The price is around $5 for 8 cups. That's 62 cents per 4-ounce serving. Parents pay premium prices for minimal dairy content, maximum sugar, and aggressive marketing to their children. Number 1, GoGurt Strawberry Splash. And here we are, the worst yogurt in America. GoGurt Strawberry Splash. The squeezable yogurt tubes have become synonymous with children's lunchboxes. The product that convinced millions of parents that portable yogurt equals healthy convenience. GoGurt contains 17 grams of sugar per 2-ounce tube, 17 grams in 2 ounces. If you scale that to a standard 6-ounce serving, you're looking at 51 grams of sugar. 51 grams. That's more sugar than 3 Hershey's chocolate bars. A diabetes specialist told me, GoGurt represents everything wrong with modern food marketing to children. 51 grams of sugar per 6 ounces is catastrophic. The squeezable format encourages rapid consumption, delivering massive glucose spikes. Children's developing metabolisms can't handle this assault. We're creating the next generation of type 2 diabetics, and products like GoGurt are leading the charge. The ingredient list reveals the disaster. Cultured grade A, low-fat milk, sugar, modified cornstarch, strawberries, kosher gelatin, tricalcium phosphate, natural flavor, citric acid, carmine, sodium citrate, malic acid, potassium sorbate, vitamin A acetate, and vitamin D3. The sugar is the second ingredient. In a 2-ounce tube, sugar is the second largest component by weight. Your children are squeezing sugar paste with milk, flavoring directly into their mouths. The modified cornstarch is necessary because the yogurt must maintain its structure in a tube. The protein content is 4 grams per 2-ounce tube. 4 grams. In 6 ounces, that's 12 grams of protein, which sounds decent until you realize you're also consuming 51 grams of sugar. The sugar to protein ratio is over 4:1. This is dessert, not protein food. The tube format is deliberately designed for children. Fun colors, squeezable packaging, no spoon required. Kids can eat it anywhere, anytime. This convenience encourages consumption of snacks throughout the day, multiplying sugar exposure. The marketing is insidious. GoGurt positions itself as the smart parent solution to busy mornings and packed lunches. Commercials show active, healthy kids squeezing GoGurt after sports. The message is clear. This is fuel for active children. The reality is it's sugar fuel that crashes energy levels and promotes fat storage. The price is around $7 for 16 tubes. That's 44 cents per 2-ounce serving. You're paying 44 cents for minimal dairy content, massive sugar, and packaging designed to bypass critical thinking about what you're feeding your children. What makes GoGurt the absolute worst is the combination of extreme sugar content, child-targeted marketing, tube format that encourages thoughtless consumption, and positioning as convenient, healthy food. Every aspect of this product is designed to maximize sales by exploiting busy parents and appealing to children. The "made with real fruit" claim on packaging is technically accurate and completely misleading. The fruit content is minimal. The color comes from carmine, which is crushed insects. The flavor comes from laboratory-created natural flavors. The tube contains mostly milk, sugar, and modified cornstarch. The long-term health consequences of regular GoGurt consumption are severe. Children consuming this much sugar daily develop insulin resistance, fatty liver disease, obesity, and early cardiovascular damage. The American Academy of Pediatrics has raised alarms about added sugar in children's diets. Products like GoGurt are exactly what they're warning against. Okay, I know that was a lot. You're probably looking at your refrigerator right now, wondering what yogurt you're supposed to eat. Don't worry, there are genuinely good yogurt options available. Number 1, Siggi's Plain Whole Milk Yogurt. Siggi's makes real yogurt the way it should be made. The ingredients are pasteurized whole milk and live active cultures. That's it. 2 ingredients. No sugar, no thickeners, no stabilizers, no natural flavors. The texture is thick and creamy from actual milk concentration, not modified cornstarch. Siggi strains their yogurt properly to remove whey, concentrating the protein naturally. The result is yogurt with 15 to 17 grams of protein per 5.3 ounce serving. The sugar content is only 5 grams per serving, and it's all naturally occurring lactose from milk. There's 0 added sugar in the plain varieties. You control sweetness by adding your own fruit and honey if desired. Number 2, Fage Total Plain Greek Yogurt. Fage makes authentic Greek yogurt imported from Greece using traditional methods. The ingredients are grade A pasteurized milk and cream, live active yogurt cultures. 3 ingredients. The texture is incredibly thick and rich from proper straining. Fage removes more whey than most American Greek yogurts, creating yogurt so thick you can stand a spoon in it. This isn't thickened with gelatin or modified starch. This is real. Concentrated milk. The protein content is 18 grams per 7-ounce serving. That's genuine Greek yogurt protein from milk concentration, not protein powder additions. The fat content in the total version comes from cream, providing satiety and helping absorb fat-soluble vitamins. The sugar content is 7 grams per serving, all naturally occurring lactose, 0 added sugar. The tangy flavor is more intense than American yogurts because Fage doesn't cut it with sweeteners. At around $1.50 per 7-ounce cup at most grocery stores, Fage is reasonably priced for authentic imported Greek yogurt. The per ounce cost is lower than that of many American brands that use inferior ingredients. Number 3, Maple Hill Creamery Organic Whole Milk Yogurt. Maple Hill makes yogurt from 100% grass-fed organic milk. The ingredients are organic grass-fed whole milk and live active cultures. 2 ingredients. The grass-fed designation matters. Cows eating grass produce milk with higher omega-3 fatty acids, more conjugated linoleic acid, and more vitamins. The nutrient profile is measurably better than that of conventional milk. The organic certification ensures no synthetic pesticides, no GMO feed, and no routine antibiotics. The cows graze on pasture instead of living in confinement operations, eating grain. The texture is creamy and rich without any thickeners. Whole milk provides natural fat that creates a satisfying mouthfeel. The protein content is 8 8 grams per 6-ounce serving, which is appropriate for non-strained yogurt. The sugar content is 8 grams per 6-ounce serving, all naturally occurring lactose from milk. The taste is clean, slightly sweet from natural milk sugars, and mildly tangy from fermentation. At around $2.50 per 6-ounce cup at Whole Foods, Sprouts, and natural food stores, Maple Hill is premium priced. But you're supporting regenerative agriculture and getting the highest quality milk available in yogurt form. Now there are lots of other healthy yogurt brands. You just need to know how to find them. Here's a simple test you can use. Check the sugar content first. Real plain yogurt has 4 to 9 grams of sugar per 6 ounces, all naturally occurring lactose. If plain yogurt has more than 9 grams of sugar, it is added. Flavored yogurt should have no more than 12 grams total. If it exceeds 15 grams, it's a dessert. Read the ingredient list. Real yogurt has milk and live cultures. That's it. If you see modified cornstarch, gelatin, natural flavors, gums, or stabilizers, it's processed yogurt with additives. Put it back. Look for live and active cultures. The container should specifically list Lactobacillus bulgaricus and Streptococcus thermophilus at a minimum. Better yogurts include additional probiotic strains like Lactobacillus acidophilus and Bifidobacterium. If cultures aren't listed, the yogurt was heat treated after fermentation, killing beneficial bacteria. Check protein content. Regular yogurt should have 8 to 10 grams per 6 ounces. Greek yogurt should have 15 to 25 grams. If protein is lower, the yogurt is diluted with water, thickened with starches, or improperly made. Avoid fruit on the bottom varieties. The fruit layer is almost always fruit syrup with minimal actual fruit. The sugar content is excessive. Buy plain yogurt and add your own fresh fruit. You'll consume less sugar and get real fruit nutrition. Skip low-fat and non-fat versions. The fat in whole milk yogurt provides satiety and helps absorb vitamins. Low-fat yogurts often add extra sugar and thickeners to compensate for the removed fat. Full-fat yogurt from quality milk is healthier. Buy the plainest version and flavor it yourself. Add fresh berries, a drizzle of raw honey, nuts, or a small amount of pure vanilla extract. You control sugar content and get real ingredients instead of natural flavors and fruit syrup. Have you been buying any of these dessert yogurts thinking they were healthy? Are you shocked by how much sugar you've been consuming? Drop your thoughts in the comments and share this with everyone.